have a favorite color? Because I sure do. I want you to guess it before I name it. It's the color of my shirt. It's the color of my shoes, which I know you can't see. It's the color of my plushie on my right. And it's the color of my tea holder, which is also on my right. And if you guessed blue, you'd be correct. More specifically, the shade of navy, which is on my shirt. Also, I do quite enjoy a nice blue for a pen. The reason blue is my favorite color is because it's the color of the navy blue ocean. I really like the whales that swim inside the ocean and the color of their backs, which is all navy. I also quite enjoy the blue in the sky right before it rains. I also think all of my favorite things start with blue, much like blueberries. The reason I'm talking about my favorite color is because I want to introduce a book with someone else's favorite color in it. While my favorite color may not be purple, Harold's favorite color sure might be, which is why I'm bringing you a book titled Harold and the Purple Crayon, because Harold suffered a sleepless night, much like my own. Because last night, when I was trying to sleep, in a country like Korea, where spring to summer it gets exceptionally unpredictable and hot, I had just had to crack a window. The reason I'm talking about cracking a window is because in a sleepless night, much like Harold and mine, you have to have some breeze in order to sleep. But how do you get there? And why would you even be in that position in the first place? That's what I want to explore with Harold and my crayon. Harold and the Purple Crayon. Or is it Shannon and the Blue Crayon? There are two options, but I'm going to start with Harold. Harold and the Purple Crayon by Crockett Johnson. So we start. On one evening, after thinking it over some time, Harold decided to go for a walk in the moonlight. There wasn't any moon, and Harold needed a moon to walk in the moonlight. And he needed something to walk on. He made a long straight path so that he wouldn't get lost. And he set off on his walk, taking his big purple crayon with him. But he didn't seem to be getting anywhere closer on the long straight path. So he left the path for a shortcut across the field, and the moon went with him. The shortcut led to where Harold thought a forest ought to be. And he didn't want to get lost in the woods, so he made a very small forest with just one tree in it. It turned out to be an apple tree. The apples would be very tasty, Harold thought, when they got red. So he put a frightening dragon under the tree to guard the apples. It was a terribly frightening dragon. And an even frightened Harold, he backed away. His hand holding purple crayon shook. Suddenly, he realized what was happening. But by then, Harold was over his head in an ocean. He came up thinking fast, and in no time, he was climbing aboard his little boat. He quickly set sail. The moon sailed along with him. After he sailed long enough, Harold made a land with not much trouble. He stepped ashore on the beach, wondering where he was. Sandy Beach reminded Harold of picnics, and he thought picnics made him hungry. So he laid out a nice picnic lunch. There was nothing but pie, and there were all 9 kinds of pie that Harold liked best. When Harold finished his picnic, there was quite a lot left. He had hated to see so much delicious pie go to waste. So Harold left a very hungry moose and a deserving porcupine to finish it up. Okay, so now we followed Harold on his journey, on his everlasting journey to go to where? To the moon that he drew. So now I'm gonna draw with you my journey to school. and tell you how distracted I can get on a simple 500-meter walk. Okay, so now we're gonna start right here. And I'm gonna draw my little house. You can follow along and do something similar for your route to school if you wanna draw with me. Get a big sheet of paper. Newspaper is preferable if you can find one without any colors. This way, you have a huge slate to draw on. Because I know if your parents had to clean after you when you drew on the walls, it would not be a fun day for anybody involved. So then, we have my house. Although I live in an apartment, today I live in a house. And I want to draw a great sunny sun. The reason is because I always like to go to school when it's a big sunny day outside. And when it rains, I don't really want to go to school. But today, it's a Monday, and I woke up feeling a little drowsy and tired. So I'm gonna say that there's a big cloud. The reasoning for the cloud? Because it's about to rain. So then I draw some raindrops. But I woke up this morning and I was told I still need to go to school. So you know what I need? I need a big umbrella. So right here, I'm gonna draw a huge umbrella that's gonna help me stay nice and dry on my walk to school. But guess who's gonna steal my umbrella? This big little dinosaur that really just came out of nowhere and not underneath the table. So this big dinosaur is gonna steal my umbrella. So where do I go? I need to go over here, where I'm gonna get a big sword so I can defeat the dragon that just appeared out of nowhere. And my sword is a great big one, and it will sure defeat the dragon with no problems. And now, finally, and only finally, am I ready to get into the car. So, I'm gonna take a nice little car right here with 4 big wheels and a huge window because I feel like it. And my car, because it can, has big wings, and it's gonna fly above all traffic. That way, I don't have to wait. And as the car flies, it finally takes me to my final destination, which was my school. My school has many windows, and plus, because of how many windows there are in school, I can see all my friends who are waiting for me. And that's how I get to school with the amount of distractions I do. So, you know, excuse me if I'm a couple minutes late. I did have to defeat a dragon. How do you guys get to school? Do you guys get to school the same way that I do? Or do you have to defeat a big snake? Or even jump over a huge pot of land? Bye guys, and see you next time.